You would always want to be on the side of having good credit.
Do you think it pays to have good credit? Where should that first-time home buyer be if they're like, oh, I want to buy a home in the next year? Do you think they are okay in the 550 range, 650 range? Do they automatically need a 700 plus? What is your idea based on your connection or relationship with your loan officer that you deal with?
Yeah, for sure. That's a great question. And
Mhm.
being in property management, I was the one pulling those credits and looking at that because I have the same concern as a
Yeah.
property manager. Are you going to be able to pay me rent? Right.
Mhm.
So, like you said, a loan officer, they're going to do that deep dive and they're going to tell you about all the loan programs, the credit minimums, the requirements. Like, for example, I know with an FHA loan, you can actually have a minimum of 500 credit score,
Oh, wow.
but you have to put 10% down instead of that 3.5% that the FHA is known for. So, like I said, loan officer, they're going to do that deep dive.
Hmm.
Plus, on top of the loan program requirements, each lender will also have their own requirements, and those are typically even more strict.
Right.
So, from my experience and perspective as a realtor, I would say ideally a minimum of about the mid sixes
Yep.
is going to feel pretty good. The higher, the better, of course, because, as you know, credit scores show that you have that history of on time payments, and the higher your score is likely going to score you a better interest rate, which
Right.
will then lower your monthly payment. So for me, a great credit score is going to be in the 700s or higher.
Yeah. Just to eliminate any type of crazy stipulations. And it just makes the whole process easy. It doesn't matter which side of the table that you're on. If you're on the realtor side or if you're on the consumer side, no one wants to go through underwriting and then weeks before closing, there's a roadblock. I
Mhm.
just hate it. Personally, I never had to go through it, thankfully, but I do have a ton of clients that they're like, hey, Chris, I close in 4 weeks. And then 2 weeks come along and they're like, hey, I couldn't do it anymore. I'm like, what happened? So, having that credit score being 700 plus definitely helps out a whole lot more than being in the 600s. Thanks for tuning in to this episode. If you wish to be a guest on our podcast, visit sturgiscreditrepair.com and click the podcast page to schedule an episode. If you need help with your credit, you can also sign up at sturgiscreditrepair.com and start your free trial today.
Sturgis Credit Repair. Sturgis Credit Repair. If you want a new house, call us. If you need